Cheating wife gets kicked out by our kids after destroying my life. Reddit cheating stories. I still remember that night, the night my world collapsed. The rain was pounding against the windows, thunder echoing through the silence of our once loving home. My wife, Emily, sat across from me at the dinner table, scrolling through her phone with that same blank expression she'd worn for months. I had no idea that in her hands, she held the weapon that would tear our family apart. Her phone, her secret life, and the proof of her betrayal. For 15 years, Emily and I had built what I thought was an unshakable marriage. We had two beautiful children, Lucas, 14, and Sophie, 10. I worked long hours to give them everything we never had growing up. Emily stayed home, caring for the kids and managing the house. She was the heart of our family, or so I believed. But over the past year, something had changed. Emily had grown distant. Her smile faded, her touch vanished, and our conversations turned cold and clipped. I blamed myself at first. Maybe I was working too much, maybe she was stressed, maybe life had just gotten too routine. I never imagined the truth, that she had already replaced me in her heart. It started with small suspicions. Late night messages, sudden, girls' nights out, and the way she guarded her phone like it contained state secrets. One evening, I accidentally saw a notification pop up. Can't wait to see you again, babe heart. My blood ran cold. I confronted her, but she brushed it off as a joke from a friend. I wanted to believe her. I did believe her. Until the night I couldn't ignore it any longer. One Friday, she told me she was meeting her friends for dinner. Something felt off, so I decided to follow her. My hands were shaking as I parked a few blocks away from the restaurant she'd mentioned. But she didn't go there. Instead, she pulled up outside a hotel. I watched as she met him, a man I recognized instantly. Daniel. My old college friend. The man who had been a guest at our wedding. My chest tightened as I saw her wrap her arms around him, their lips meeting like they had no shame. I wanted to scream, to confront them right there, but I couldn't move. I just sat there, frozen, watching the woman I loved betray me in the most humiliating way imaginable. That night, I didn't confront her. I went home, stared at our family photos on the wall, and cried until my body ached. The next morning, I gathered evidence, messages, call logs, pictures, everything. When I finally showed her, she didn't deny it. She just said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not happy anymore." Not happy. I gave her everything. My love, my loyalty, my future. And she destroyed it all because she wanted excitement. When I told the kids, it broke them. Lucas locked himself in his room for hours, and Sophie just sat on the stairs, crying. I tried to shield them from the pain, but they were old enough to understand betrayal. Emily packed her bags and left, saying she needed to find herself. The first few months were hell. I was drowning, financially, emotionally, and mentally. The house felt empty. I'd find Emily's perfume lingering in the air, her coffee mug still sitting in the cupboard, her laugh echoing in my memory. Every morning, I'd wake up and wonder how to keep going for the kids' sake. But then something unexpected happened. My kids became my strength. Lucas started helping around the house. Sophie would cook breakfast with me before school. Slowly, our pain became our bond. We started rebuilding our life, one small step at a time. Emily would occasionally call, asking to see the kids. At first, I agreed. They deserved to have their mother. But every time she came, she acted like nothing had happened, like we could just forget. Lucas couldn't stand it. One day, after she showed up late to Sophie's birthday and brought some cheap gift as an afterthought, he snapped. "Why are you even here, Mom?" he yelled, tears streaming down his face. "You left us. You destroyed Dad. You don't get to walk in like you care now." Emily stood frozen, guilt flashing in her eyes. She tried to reach for him, but he backed away. Sophie joined in, her little voice trembling. "You made Daddy cry, Mommy. I don't want to see you anymore." I didn't say a word. I just stood there, watching the truth I could never express being spoken by our children. Emily broke down, sobbing uncontrollably, but it was too late. The damage was done. She begged for forgiveness, but Lucas turned and said the words that shattered her completely. "Dad forgave you. But we can't. Not yet." From that day on, Emily stopped coming. She tried to text, call, even send letters, but the kids wanted nothing to do with her. I felt torn, Part of me pitied her, but another part of me knew this was her consequence. She had burned the bridge she built with lies, and our children refused to cross the ashes. Years passed, and we found our rhythm again. Lucas graduated high school with honors. Sophie started painting, her therapy, she called it. I learned to smile again, to live again. I never remarried, but I found peace. Our home was filled with laughter, not pain. Then, one evening, out of nowhere, Emily showed up at our door. Her once glamorous face was worn with regret, her clothes wrinkled, eyes hollow. She said she had left Daniel years ago, that he cheated on her too. She wanted to apologize, to me, to the kids, to herself. I let her in. We talked. She cried. And though the pain still lingered, I realized something, I no longer hated her. I had moved on. When Lucas and Sophie came home and saw her, there was silence. Then Lucas, now a grown man, said softly, "We don't hate you, Mom. But we'll never forget what you did." Sophie added, "You taught us what love shouldn't be." Emily broke down again, whispering, "I'm so sorry." That night, after she left, I looked at my kids and felt proud. Despite everything, they had grown stronger, kinder, and wiser than I ever imagined. I once thought her betrayal had destroyed my life. But now, I see it differently. It broke me, yes, but it also rebuilt me into someone better. It taught my children the value of loyalty, truth, and love that endures even after heartbreak. Sometimes, pain is the price we pay for wisdom. And in losing her, we found ourselves again.